Today we're diving headfirst into the fascinating world of Native American cuisine. You think you're adventurous with your avocado toast? Pathetic. We're about to explore dishes that have sustained entire nations for centuries. So get ready to have your perceptions shattered and your taste buds intrigued. Forget your preconceived notions, you donuts. We're going on a culinary journey to discover some of the most unique foods that Native American tribes have cherished. This isn't about shock value, it's about respect. Respect for tradition, for resourcefulness, and for flavors that are as ancient as the lands themselves. We'll be looking at everything from fermented fish heads to puddings made from berries that'll make your face pucker. So strap yourselves in, you Muppets, because this is going to be an eye-opener. We're peeling back the layer, getting to the heart of what these foods mean, how they're prepared and why they're loved. It's more than just ingredients, it's history on a plate. This is real food with real stories. No frills, no fuss, just honest traditional fare that has stood the test of time. Let's get started, and I don't want to hear any bloody whining. Right, first up, we've got Acorn Mush, a staple for the Pomo tribe. Now I know what you're thinking, acorns. Aren't those for bloody squirrels? Well, think again, you amateurs. The Pomo people are masters of turning these humble nuts into something genuinely sustaining. This isn't just foraging, it's a sophisticated culinary process that demands patience and precision. Raw acorns are packed with tannins, bitter compounds that'll make your mouth feel like you've licked a bloody carpet. The Pomo have an ingenious multi-step process to leach out these tannins. It involves cracking, drying, pounding them into a fine flour, and then meticulously washing that flour with water until it's palatable. Once the acorn flour is properly prepared, it's cooked into a thick porridge or mush. Imagine a smooth, earthy, and surprisingly mild gruel. It's packed with carbohydrates, fats, and essential nutrients that kept entire communities strong and healthy. Sometimes it's eaten plain, allowing the subtle, nutty flavor of the acorns to shine through. Other times it might be flavored with berries, nuts, or even small pieces of meat or fish. It's a blank canvas, really, reflecting the bounty of the local environment. So next time you see an acorn, don't just kick it aside. Remember the Pomo and their acorn mush. All right, brace yourselves, you delicate flowers, because this next one is not for the faint of heart. We're heading north, way north, to the Arctic home of the Inuit, and we're talking about a dish called stink heads. Yes, you heard me right. Stink heads. Fermented fish heads, usually salmon, buried underground for several weeks, sometimes even months. The Arctic is one of the most brutal, unforgiving environments on this planet. Fermentation is an ancient, bloody, ingenious method of food preservation. For the Inuit, it was a vital way to store fish caught during the short summer months. The process is, shall we say, rustic. Fish heads, sometimes with the guts still in, are placed in a pit dug into the permafrost or in barrels and left to ferment. The natural bacteria go to work breaking down the proteins and fats, creating a pungent, powerful aroma and a very, very acquired taste. The smell, as you can imagine, is legendary. But for the Inuit who grew up with it, it's not just a smell, it's the aroma of a prized delicacy, a comfort food, a taste of home. The texture becomes soft, almost paste-like, and the flavor is intensely savory, fishy, and tangy. It's a powerful example of how cultures develop unique ways to survive and thrive in extreme conditions. Still in the icy realms of the Arctic with the Inuit, and next on the menu is Muktouk. What is it, you ask? It's the skin and blubber of whales, primarily bowhead, beluga, or narwhal, and yes, it's often eaten raw. This isn't some bizarre fad, this is a vital, nutrient-dense food source that has sustained the Inuit for millennia. Muktouk is packed with vitamin C, as much as you'd find in orange juice. It's also rich in vitamin D, essential fats, and omega-3 fatty acids. The texture of Muktouk is unique. The skin is tough and chewy, while the blubber layer beneath is softer, almost buttery. It's often cut into small cubes and eaten raw, sometimes dipped in salt. It can also be pickled, boiled, or even fried. The taste is described as mildly fishy, a bit nutty, or even coconut-like by some. Harvesting a whale is a monumental task, a communal effort steeped in tradition tradition and respect for the animal. Every part of the whale is used, a principle of zero waste. Muktouk isn't just a meal, it's a celebration, a sharing of bounty that strengthens community bonds. It's a food that tells a story of resilience, resourcefulness, and a profound understanding of the natural world. Menudo, the Navajo's gut-warming, hangover-curing soup. Let's head to the Navajo Nation for menudo, a traditional soup starring tripe cow's stomach lining. Tripe, when prepared correctly, is absolutely delicious. It has a unique, chewy texture that soaks up flavor, slow-cooked with hominy, onions, garlic, oregano, and chili peppers. Menudo is a rich, hearty soup, a tradition passed down through generations. It's more than just sustenance. It's a connection to culture and family. So, if you get the chance to try authentic Navajo menudo, dive in. Fry bread, the complicated comfort food of the Navajo. Still with the incredible Navajo people, we're looking at something that's become almost synonymous with Native American gatherings across many tribes. Fry bread, it sounds simple, doesn't it? Flat dough, fried or deep fried in oil, shortening or lard until it's puffy and golden. But this bread tells a story, a bloody powerful one. Fry bread wasn't originally a traditional ancestral food. Its origins are tied to a period of immense hardship, when Native Americans, including the Navajo, during the Long Walk, were forcibly removed from their lands and given government rations. These rations often consisted of meager supplies like white flour, processed sugar and lard. Fry bread was born out of this necessity, a creation of resilience in the face of adversity. The dough is simple, typically flour, water, salt, and a leavening agent like baking powder. It's kneaded, flattened into discs, and then plunged into hot fat until it puffs up spectacularly. It can be eaten plain, dusted with powdered sugar, drizzled with honey, or served as the base for a Navajo taco. Despite its difficult origins, fry bread has become an emblem of Native American identity for many. It's a staple at powwows, festivals, and family gatherings. Understanding fry bread means understanding its entire complex narrative. Chapter 6, Cornmut, the Hopi's Mexican truffle delicacy. Right, let's talk about something that sounds utterly repulsive but is considered a delicacy by the Hopi tribe and many others. Cornmut, yes, smut. It's a fungus, a plant disease, scientifically known as that attacks corn. Most farmers would see this as a bloody disaster, a blight to be eradicated, but not the Hopi. For the Hopi, and indeed in Mexican cuisine where it's known as huitlacoche, or the Mexican truffle, this corn fungus is a prized ingredient. When harvested young, the galls are tender with a unique, complex flavor profile. It's described as earthy, mushroomy, slightly sweet, and even smoky. The Hopi have been cultivating and consuming corn for thousands of years. It's central to their culture, their spirituality, and their diet. They recognize cornsmut not as a disease to be feared, but as a gift from the earth. Preparation is key, of course. The galls are typically sautéed with onions, garlic, and perhaps some chili. It can be used as a filling for tamales, quesadillas, or served as a side dish. Its inky black color when cooked might be off-putting to the uninitiated, but the flavor is what wins people over. Cornsmut challenges our notions of what is edible, what is desirable. Chokecherry pudding, a traditional dessert by the Lakota tribe made from wild, tart chokecherries. These small, dark purple fruits are intensely tart. Harvested in late summer, the cherries are pounded, pits and all, simmered with water and sweetener, thickened with cornmeal. The result is a rich, dark, deeply flavorful pudding. Buffalo intestines, nose-to-tail eating, Sioux style. Right, we're diving back into the savory and, for some of you, the squeamish. We're talking buffalo intestines, a traditional food for the Sioux and other plains tribes who relied heavily on the American bison. Now, before you make that face, remember, these tribes were masters of utilizing every single part of the buffalo. Nothing went to waste. The buffalo, or tatanka, was more than just food, it was life itself. It provided sustenance, shelter, clothing, tools, everything. The intestines, often seen as mere offal by modern Western palates, were a valuable source of nutrients and calories. Preparing intestines is no job for the lazy, you muppets. It requires meticulous cleaning, a thorough process to ensure they're safe and palatable. They would be flushed, scraped, and washed repeatedly. Once cleaned, the intestines could be prepared in various ways, showcasing their culinary versatility. One common method was to simply boil them until tender. They could then be eaten, as is, perhaps with some wild herbs for flavor, or cut into pieces and added to soups and stews. Eating buffalo intestines wasn't about being weird, it was about being resourceful, about honoring the animal that gave its life. Wormwood tea, the Apache's bitter brew with a purpose. This isn't your calming cup of chamomile. We're talking wormwood tea, traditionally consumed by the Apache tribe, known for its intensely bitter flavor and potent compounds. This tea has a serious purpose. The Apache used it for medicinal and ceremonial purposes. Their botanical knowledge is profound. Wormwood held an important place in their pharmacopoeia. Its bitterness comes from compounds like absinthin, used for digestion, parasites, and as a tonic. Steeped in hot water, it was a specific remedy. Wormwood tea showcases the Apache's sophisticated botanical knowledge. Grasshoppers, the Hopi's crunchy, high-protein snack attack. The Hopi tribe's crunchy, high-protein snack. Grasshoppers, yes, those little jumping insects. For the Hopi, they're a nutritious snack. Insects are a sustainable, protein-rich food source. The Hopi have long valued these critters. Harvesting grasshoppers was a communal activity. They were roasted or fried until crispy. This enhances their nutty, savory flavor, a good source of protein, healthy fats, and minerals. For the Hopi, it's a traditional, tasty food. So, still think your food is normal? Bloody hell, right, so there you have it, you culinary adventurers. A whirlwind tour through some of the most unique and yes, sometimes wonderfully weird foods cherished by Native American tribes. We've seen everything from acorn mush to roasted grasshoppers, from fermented stinkheads to the complex comfort of fry bread. Hopefully this journey has done more than just make you raise an eyebrow. Hopefully it's opened your bloody minds. What we've explored today is more than just a list of bizarre ingredients. It's a testament to human ingenuity, resilience, and the profound, intricate connection between people and their environment. These foods tell stories of survival, of tradition, of cultural identity, and of a deep respect for the bounty of the earth, even when that bounty comes in unexpected packages. It's about understanding that weird is often just unfamiliar and that there's a whole universe of flavor and history out there if you're willing to look beyond your own plate. Thanks for watching, you magnificent lot. We here with Sikandar Ali sincerely hope you enjoyed learning about these unique and fascinating foods from Native American tribes. It's been a bloody education, hasn't it? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating content that challenges your perceptions.